Man United vs Liverpool player ratings with Pogba awful and Salah sublime. Manchester United have been served a rude awakening in terms of their title credentials as they were battered by Liverpool, who put 5 past them with no reply. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is set to endure scrutiny the likes of which his managerial career has never seen before after being so convincingly beaten by Jurgen Klopp's Reds. Naby Keita opened the scoring just 5 minutes in after he found himself in a remarkable amount of space inside the United penalty area before Diogo Jota doubled the visitors' leads 8 minutes later. Man UTD 0-5 Liverpool. 6 talking points as Salah hat-trick humiliates Solskjaer. Ronaldo. Man United stars demand new role for CR7 after dressing room blasta and D. Stricken Ferdinand watches Liverpool's mauling of Man United in hospital. Mohamed Salah is unquestionably the man of the moment, and that trend continued this evening, the Egyptian becoming the first visiting player to bag a hat-trick at Old Trafford since Ronaldo of Real Madrid in 2003. Have your say. Is Mo Salah the best player in the world right now? Comment below. Salah's heroics ensured he became the first visiting player in Premier League history to score a hat-trick at United's home. Here are the match ratings from a memorable day at Old Trafford. The G7 was helpless for all 5 goals, but the Spaniard did pull off a stunning stop to prevent Trent Alexander-Arnold from making it 6. Wan-Bissaka, booked for the right-back, was caught out positionally for Liverpool's opener before being booked for a late challenge on Jota. Maguire, booked 3. The United skipper endured one of his worst performances in the famous red shirt and was culpable for Liverpool's second after running into Luke Shaw. Lindelof 3. The Sweden international only highlighted why Rafael Varane was secured in the summer, failed to get to grips with the game from the first whistle. Shaw, booked 3. A shadow of the player he was last season, Shaw endured a torrid afternoon up against the pace of Salah. Fred, booked 4. Yet another entirely forgettable performance from the Brazilian, who has come nowhere near to justifying his price tag. McTominay 5. The Scotland international spurned a good chance for a consolation late on, offered United's defenders little protection. Rashford 5. Was reduced to pot shots from distance for the most part before eventually being hauled off. Fernandes, booked 4. Wasted United's best chance of the game early on before fading into general anonymity. 5. The young forward failed to have any kind of meaningful impact before he was taken off at half-time. Ronaldo, booked 5. United's talisman thought he had pulled one back in the second half before it was eventually ruled out for offside, could have been arguably sent off for his kick-out at Curtis Jones. Fury, controversial Ronaldo incident leaves Liverpool stars and Klopp fuming. Rate Manchester United's underperforming stars below. Substitutes. Pogba, for Greenwood, 46 mins, 3 sent off for a late tackle just 15 minutes after coming on. Dalot, for Rashford, 62 mins, 5 had minimal impact but was tasked with just keeping the scoreline down. Cavani, for Fernandes, 62 mins, 5 saw his close-range effort blocked onto the crossbar. Have your say. Which Man United players should be dropped and who should play? Let us know below. Listen 7. A spectator for much of the tie but did make one nice save from Ronaldo in the second half. Alexander-Arnold 8. Spent the majority of the game in United's final third, very nearly scored a wonderful strike late on, if it were not for De Gea's stop. Van Dijk 7. Classy, calm and composed, usual service. Konate 7. Gave a good account of himself in what was a rare appearance on the biggest stage. Robertson 7. A constant presence, mirrored Trent on the opposite flank in terms of attacking presence. You may have missed Ronaldo's temper, Salah's punch and Man United fan exodus. Henderson 8. The Reds skipper pulled off one of the assists of the season for Salah's third, dominated the midfield battle early. Milner 7. Showed signs of early promise before eventually being forced off with injury. Keita 8. Built on his goal-scoring heroics from midweek to bag another afternoon was cut short after Pogba's horror tackle. Firmino 8. Typically silky in possession, operated as a perfect springboard for the attackers around him. Jota 8. Justified his inclusion over Maine with his early goal. Salah 9. The best player in world football right now bar none, his third goal the pick of the bunch. Record, Liverpool star breaks another Premier League milestone with Man United hat-trick. Substitutes. Jones, for Milner, 27 mins, 7 reliable in possession, Jones could have even had a goal late on had he pulled the trigger sooner. Oxlade-Chamberlain, for Keita, 63 mins, 7 minimal impact, but kept things ticking over nicely. Maine, for Firmino, 76 mins, 6 adjusted to the speed of the game well enough, but should have slipped Jones in near the end.